Hi guys, it's Miss Grace with this week's Grab and Go bag. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you what we're making, then I'm going to explain a little bit why I picked this activity, and then I'm going to show you what's in the bag and how to make it, okay? So this week we are going to be making butterfly feeders. Now butterflies are very important for our ecosystem because they are pollinators. Do you know what a pollinator is? So pollinators are animals or insects, like a butterfly, that transfer pollen as they move from plant to plant. Now, pollination is one way that plants reproduce and spread their seeds. Okay, so this allows more plants to grow, and it ensures that the plants don't become extinct and die out. We don't want that to happen. So these butterfly feeders that you're going to make today will help attract butterflies to your yard, and it will also allow you to kind of observe the butterflies as they're feeding from your butterfly feeder. So currently, pollinator populations are substantially declining. So that means they're starting to die out. Now this is due to several reasons. One is habitat destruction, another is the use of pesticides, and also climate change. But don't worry, there are things that you, even as a kid, can do to help the population of butterflies and other pollinators. So one thing you can do is to plant pollinator-friendly gardens. So the best way to do that is to plant native plants whenever possible. Now that's something that we've been trying to do here at the library. A couple years ago we put in a small native Ohio garden. And this year we're in the process right now of expanding that and adding some more native Ohio plants in to make our pollinator garden even better, to attract more butterflies and more bees. So the next time that you're in at the library, make sure you stop by, take a look outside the windows in the kids area, and you'll see as the summer goes along how our pollinator garden is starting to expand. Alright, so let me show you. You'll get your bag, stop by the library, some cool things in here. The first thing I have in here is, so I have your instructions, of course, to tell you what we're doing. I also put in there a fun little worksheet about pollinator gardens, so, or pollinators that you can check out. We have a couple of books in here. One is a butterfly guide. Show you all the butterflies that you can find here in Ohio, butterflies and skippers. And then another one is some spring wildflowers that you'll find here in Ohio. Now I got these here from ODNR, and so they donated enough for everybody to have in their bag so that you can see some flowers that you can plant at your house, some native Ohio, and also so that you can identify some of the butterflies that are coming to your feeder. So now for the best part, the butterfly feeder. So in your bag you're going to get a little jar with a lid on, and inside here is some crystallized nectar. So this is what's going to attract the butterflies. So I'll show you what we're going to do here in a little bit with that. You're going to get this foam flower cutout. This is a green instruction sheet that came with the kit. So this will give you some instructions on what to do after you've used all this crystallized nectar in this bottle. This is some instructions on how you can make some more at home so that you can keep reusing this butterfly feeder every year. It's pretty cool, huh? And then the last thing that you have is this red felt. And some things you're going to need at home is you're going to need some scissors, you're going to need some tape, some paper towels might be very helpful, or like just a towel to clean up, and then some warm water. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push pause here, and then we're going to pick back up because I'm going to turn the camera so that you can see exactly the process that we're going to do, how to do this, okay? So give me 1 second. Alright guys, we are back. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your bottle and unscrew the top. Be very careful that you don't spill out your crystallized nectar from the inside, okay? You're going to take your foam flower, and you see how it kind of has this little like T shape inside of it, like that. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to take your bottle and you're going to put it right through that little T shape, okay? So then now it kind of has the four little triangle looking things at the top. We're gonna take our fingers and we're gonna push them as best as we can. And we're gonna push all of those down. Now this gets a little bit tricky. Sometimes they wanna pop back up, but that's okay. You can always go back and pop them back down, okay? All right, so there we go. We have all of our little triangles down. So now the next thing that you wanna do is we're gonna set this to the side and you're gonna take your red felt. Now the red felt is kind of got two long sides and two short sides, which is obviously a rectangle. So what you're gonna do is on the two short sides of the rectangle, you're gonna take a pair of scissors, okay? And you're going to make a series of cuts all along the side. So you're just gonna go about 1/4 of an inch in and you're gonna cut it all the way down one side. So see how it has, some what we call fringe. And then you're gonna turn it around and you're gonna cut again all along that side, little 1/4 of an inch deep until you have fringe on both sides, both of the short sides of your red felt, okay? Now, the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna prepare your nectar. So remember, it's crystallized in here. So we wanna make it liquefied so that the butterflies can eat it. They can't eat the crystal form like this. So what you're gonna do is, I'm not gonna do it now, but you do it at home, is you slowly pour some warm water into the top. Now it might be helpful if you have a funnel at home to put in the top to pour your warm water in, just so you don't spill it everywhere. But you're gonna fill your water in and you're gonna fill it up almost to the top. Leave a little bit of space, but you wanna get it almost to the top of your funnel or of your bottle, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the lid on. So see, this is why we pushed down those triangles so we could screw the lid back on. So once you have your water in there, you're gonna shake it up until all of your crystallized nectar is dissolved, okay? So you put it in, shake it up until it's dissolved, okay? And then it'll be ready to go. The next thing you're gonna do is unscrew the lid carefully, because now your bottle is full. And we're going to take our felt, okay? And we're gonna tightly roll the felt along the long edge. So before we did the short edge, now we're gonna do the long edge, okay? And we're gonna tightly roll it, okay? So you're gonna take it. So see how my fringe is on the outside here? And we're gonna roll it up as tight as you can, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick it inside this bottle. So tightly roll your fringe, okay? So now, or your felt. So now you have your rolled felt with fringe at the top and fringe at the bottom. See that? Okay, so now this is the little bit of the messy part, okay? This is where you're gonna need a towel or a paper towel, okay? You're going to take your tightly rolled, it's gotta be as tight as you can get it, rolled felt, and you're going to stick it down into the top of your bottle. So see, it's okay if some of this spills. Now, this nectar is not toxic. Now, you're not gonna wanna eat it, but it's not toxic. So if you get it on your hands, you're okay. We'll just wash our hands when we're all done. So you're gonna stick it all the way in, okay, until it's all the way to the bottom. Now, there will be a little bit hanging out the top, and it's okay if you get nectar water on the flower. Butterflies will like that. You can wipe the sides of the bottle off if you want. And then once you get it in, what you're gonna do is, because you want all this felt to be wet and saturated, because that's where the butterflies are gonna eat. They're gonna eat from this wet, saturated part, okay? And then once it's all nice and wet, you can turn it, or you can fold it out, okay? And then we're going to take our green paper. Now, if you tape the instructions on the outside, so see how the instructions are on the outside? If you tape them like this, we're gonna roll it around and tape it so you can still see the instructions on the outside. See that? Then when we go to refill, you go to refill your bottle, you'll still be able to read the instructions, okay? So we're gonna wrap it like this, and you're gonna take a piece of tape and put a tiny piece of tape on there, okay? Just like that, tiny piece of tape. And then your butterfly feeder is all ready, okay? So you can carefully take your butterfly feeder, you can set it outside in your garden, you can set it in your window, Hopefully the butterflies will come close enough to your window that you can observe. Keep your book handy. And then when this part right here starts to dry out, what you can do is you can carefully take your felt, you can pull it out, and you can flip it over because this side will be wet, and you can use it again. And put it back in there and have another one. All right, so now you have your butterfly feeder. The instructions are on the outside, so that way you can make some more nectar with just some sugar and some water at your house. And you can keep reusing this and use your butterfly book that you have to identify any of the butterflies that come to visit your feeder. And then make sure you also stop by the library here. Come check out our butterfly and pollinator garden that we are expanding in the back. Maybe each time you come in, it might look just a little bit different. All right, so good luck. I hope you get some butterflies. All right, bye.